Okay guys, so in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you can script content professionally that's going to get you views, going to feel natural with ChatGPT, Claude, these type of platforms. I'm not going to show you how to actually use a platform to generate a script because I have a whole scripting bot that you can get access to if you just check the link down below in the description. That's going to give you great base scripts that you can use super easily for this process I'm going to break down. As what I'm going to be breaking down is how you can actually get the script and then edit that script to make it viral worthy, make it super like have a great flow to it, just sounds super natural, like it was never generated with AI. As ChatGPT, Claude, these type of platforms, they're good, but they're not perfect. They don't replicate to exactly what you need to go viral. So what I've done is I've actually generated 3 scripts with this bot. So as you can see here, there's 3 scripts that I've generated, and basically I'm going to be breaking down how I would edit them live with you. So it's not like pre-recorded. I haven't like done all the scripts and improved them in the back end. I'm actually doing it live right now. So I'm basically breaking that down step by step. So if you're looking for an entertainment video, this is not the video for you. I'm just going to be delivering pure value, and I can talk about this, my credibility, because I run a whole content agency where I work with content researchers, copywriters, editors, quality control managers, and I get results. You can see my Instagram, I get results. So yeah, let's jump right into it. I'm gonna be breaking down the first topic now. So this topic is the $84 trillion opportunity that no one's talking about. So let's go through the hook. Over the next 20 years, $84 trillion will be passed down from baby boomers. This is the biggest wealth transfer in history, and most people have no idea how to capitalize on it. So this looks actually pretty good. I think, it actually really highlights the opportunity. It says over the next 20 years, 84 trillion, like a huge number. And the only thing I change here is this baby boomers comment. I think what we would do is kind of change this to something that's more relatable. Normally says baby boomers. Um, we could actually just add in the age range or something like that instead to make it more kind of, um, you know, more just create more of a connection with the viewer, if you know what I mean. That's the only thing I changed for that. You can really use baby boomers and it probably would work fine this hook. The more important thing is the body here. Because the hooks with ChatGPT, they can be alright, but it's mainly the body that needs a lot of work, as it tends to do this thing where it kind of introduces values. As you can see here, here's what's happening, but guess what? And here's the best part. You see all of these things, it's like introducing value, giving the value away, and it's like there's no need to have that. It's gonna like ruin the like obviously your attention spans is super short, as you've been told a million times on Instagram, but it's true. And people aren't going to pay attention when you say, here's what's happening. But guess what? And here's the best part. It's like, what? No one's going to watch that. It's just boring. You want to have something I like to call linking words instead. So instead of saying, here's what's happening, you say, you see millions of baby boomers are retiring, selling assets, and passing down wealth to their children and grandchildren. So you see, so that linking word just replaces this whole random sentence and just makes it flow way better. As the whole point of a script is to actually make it flow to keep the viewer's attention. And here you can just replace, but most families, you know, don't have a plan for how that money will be tax protected or invested. So you can see what I mean here. Instead of just having a whole sentence as the link, you just add a simple linking word or phrase at the beginning of your sentence. So let's read this out now. You see, millions of baby boomers are retiring, selling assets, and passing down wealth to their children and grandchildren. But most families don't have a plan for how that money will be tax protected or invested. So you see, we're highlighting the problem and why it is a problem. Then now we're going to go into the value of how it becomes an opportunity for the viewer to make money. So this is the next part I don't like as well. That's where licensed insurance agents come in. That's not engaging. It's like, okay, so you want to make this actually targeted to the viewer. We use the word you, because licensed insurance agent is what the viewer is going to become to make the money. So let's just use the word you, and you can make this amount of money, and here's how. But that's all we need to do. So, for example, but most families have a plan for how the money will be tax protected or invested. So, so you can you can make which or you can use which means is an opportunity for you to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. See, that's just engaging them more. They can now make a lot of money, and which means there is an opportunity for you to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. As you can earn up to $2,000 per deal in commissions by simply helping families set up policies to protect their generational wealth. Bridging, just bridging, protect your generational wealth. So that's literally super simple way of just rephrasing kind of the value to hype it up and show you can make this much, you make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing this. Rather than just saying, and here's the best part. It's like, well, what is the best part? Like you have to really give context, link, and make things flow, not just introduce and make it all chunky like ChatGPT does. And that's really the key when it comes to editing. So let's remove this part. So, and then we have this bit here. And you see how this doesn't really flow? Like, set of policies to protect the generational wealth. You don't need a degree. It's like reading a list. It's like super blocky and chunky, as I said. So you can just say, plus, you can like say it like this, plus you don't need a degree, and all you need to do is pass, and all you need to do is pass a 20-hour online course and state exam. Then showing how the barrier to entry is easy, so then anyone could do it. So again, it's just hyping it up, saying you can do this. So basically what we've done, basically with the whole kind of script, is we've gone, there's a massive opportunity, here's why the problem exists, here's how you can actually make money, and here's the solution to that problem that's going to make you money. And then we say, and we just kind of hype it up and say, oh yeah, and it's super easy to get into. And we can even end it with something like, saying some agents again is pretty bad. If you want to say you can start earning. So plus, you don't need a degree, and all you need to do is pass money out online course and state exam, and you signing within 30 days. Honestly, this part I maybe wouldn't even include. Maybe I would, depending on the phrasing. If I had more time, I kind of think about how to phrase it. But yeah, that can be there. It doesn't have to be there. And then at the end, we say, if you want to learn how to become a licensed agent and tap into this $84 trillion opportunity, become a license, and I'll send you all the info. I probably say I'll send you the breakdown. So basically, what this whole video is achieving is becoming a licensed agent. So, like for example, the client here that we would be doing this for would be someone who's selling a service to the general person to become a licensed agent and do this. So it's pretty niche, but this allows it to just not just be to like a specific group. It goes to everyone to become a licensed agent, because who doesn't want to make $2,000 commissions and $100,000 every time you get? Everyone does. So this just makes the script link more, flow more, and to become so much better. So that's the first script. Then the second one, sell your assets without giving half to the IRS. Don't know why I just did that. Let's remove the title here. Normal text. Cool, that's better. Okay, so this script, let's analyze it like we just did the last time. Imagine setting your business for $1 million and the IRS takes $400,000. That's what happens without this one legal strategy the wealthy use. Now, this is all right, but the way I'd use it is, um, did you know, did you know, um, did you know if you sold your business for $1 million, the IRS would take over $400,000 of your money. So again, we use the word you and your a lot in the hook, because we're trying to just call the people out. We're trying to target them, get them to really feel that connection deep in their heart, just really feel it. And that's what we're trying to achieve with the hooks. We have to use words like you, your business is going to be affected this way. You are going to be affected this way. So that's what we're really trying to achieve with the hook. And then we say, and then we have to try and change this around. So that happens without this one legal strategy the wealthy use. So you can say something like, but the strategy. Actually, no, let's not even have this. And then we go ahead and we link this. So we say, as when you sell a high value asset, you get hit with capital gains tax. And also, and for some people, again, like these words that they're adding in ChatGPT, because ChatGPT just doesn't understand that we're trying to target specific people. No matter how many times you prompt it, it won't give you that targeting that you really need, and it won't give you the link to make it a real script. It just won't do it. So instead of saying, so basically, this is how the sentence should go. As when you sell a high value asset, you get hit with capital gains tax and tax, which could cost you. No, sorry. Cost. Wow, I'm not good at spelling. Cost you over hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions. Burn, burn, burn. $1,000, even millions. Okay, cool. So now we have that script. Basically, what we've done is we said, "Did you know?" And then the crazy statements like, "I'm gonna lose $400,000." Then you say, as when you sell a high value asset, you get hit with capital gains tax, which could cost you over hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions. But and then we say, but there's a legal strategy called a deferred sales trust that lets you delay those taxes while keeping control of your money. So we've literally promised an insane solution to a really annoying problem, all in like the first 10 seconds of the video, maybe even the first 6 or 7 seconds. And basically, again, here's how it works. A stupid thing ChatGPT does. Like, I don't want to be introducing value. I want to just be going through the flow of value. So we delete this and we say, so instead of selling directly, you want to sell the asset. You want to sell the asset into a trust. As this trust then sells it to the buyer, and because you haven't taken the money yet, you don't pay capital gains tax up front. See, we've done a whole link of a sentence and a whole flow, so the viewer can just follow along way easier than saying, "Here's how it works. This is what to do." It's just not good. And then you look up front. Then all you need to do, then you don't pay any get in front. And then the next step would just be like, then all you need to do is pull out. Do it is pull out the money slowly over time on your terms, and often and at a lower tax rate. So again, that sentence just sounds way better. Then all you do is put the money slowly over time on your terms at a lower tax rate. This is exactly how the wealthy protect their wealth without breaking any rules. So and then we say, so if you're thinking of selling any assets, don't say anything, any assets, you specifically give context this year, common trust, and I'll show you exactly how the strategy works. Again, a much better video that flows way better right into the call to action, because the whole video should be basically calling people out, delivering value for a whole flow, and that flow should be going into where the viewer needs your free asset or needs to go to your landing page and want to work with you. That's the whole point of this kind of content, is to actually lead them into somewhere. Like it's the same way with an ad. Like, it's basically organic content is just an ad, just not as pushy, not as like, because people don't like with an ad, people expect you to sell stuff, but with content that's educational and you're trying to be a business owner creating content, obviously, because you're not a content creator. Like, and you need to get that right. You're not a content creator. You're a business owner creating content. There's a massive difference. So you would be thinking like an ad, but just dial it down to the point where you're giving away free lead magnets, where you're giving away value. Because the whole point of organic, obviously, people want to get educated. So you actually have to deliver value in order for people to actually, go ahead and do whatever you want them to do in the CTA. So that is the whole point of a script. Just remember that when you're scripting your content. Then the last one. How do you get approved for 100K in 0% funding? This is if you're a funding, credit, investment kind of person. And let's jump right into it. So you can get up to $100,000 in funding at 0% interest, even if you create your LLC 10 seconds ago. That's a great hook. Honestly, great hook from ChatGPT. But only if you follow this exact, I'd say exact, like the amount of steps, so people know like how many steps, and then they can anticipate how long it will take and which like they need to get to. Because usually this exact process, step one could be the only step. But if you tell them how many steps, they're usually going to wait until the final step. So let's say how many steps we got. We got 3 steps. So this exact 3 step process. Okay, cool. Then again, the link here isn't great. Like a lot of the time, ChatGPT says most people, again, we want to be using you there and we need a link. So, but only if you follow this exact 3 step process. Unless we can delete this part, there's no point. So this is our 3 step process. As you need to understand the banks, or we can put so 3 step process, as you need to understand. Let's think. How should we write this one? So we need a linking word, but I don't think as you need to understand works. I think as banks don't, yeah, this works better, I think. But only if you follow this exact 3 step process. As banks don't lend to randoms, they lend to strategic profiles. And then now we can have the introduction of the value. Because what we've done is we've actually said, you can do this. This is a great opportunity that you can have. But if you follow this 3 step process, here's how it works. This is like the only scenario where like, here's how it works makes any sense. So let's do it. But you don't just say, "Here's how it works." Like, you say something like, add more context. So, for example, the here is how you can your own set up your own strategic profile. So you give context, like, what are we actually going to be doing? Because usually, here's how you do it. It's like, what are we gonna do? The viewer gets a bit confused. We have to make it super simple for them. So, here's how you can set up your own strategic profile in 20 seconds. Just add that and make it like, oh, it's super simple. Step 1, build a strong credit profile. You'll want a 680 score on 30% utilization and no recent hard pulls in the last 90 days. Okay, from ChatGPT, this is pretty bad. We'd want more like specific value. Like this is kind of vague. Maybe I can even ask ChatGPT. Let me play around with it. So, um, let's go here. This value is too vague. It isn't specific using laws, financial lingo, what everyone knows. Specifics. Can you rewrite this part of this script? Let me copy paste in this script. This is how I use ChatGPT, and my copywriters always use ChatGPT to make it like super simple for them. They have this bot, it does everything for them. Let's see where it comes up. I'm not sure if it's gonna do it now because obviously it takes a little bit more effort than this, but let's see what it does. See, it's what I mean by it doesn't link. This is what it's actually a great example to show you guys. So the value here is much better. So from LLC using a low risk NAS code like this, use a real address. Like you see how none of this links. There's no real link here. And I've trust me when I say this, I've spent hours trying to get ChatGPT to link. If anyone else has the solution, please let me know because this is the one thing when it comes to AI that I can't solve. Now, other platforms might work better. I know Claude is better, but with ChatGPT 5, I thought as well. So actually, I'm not sure if I'm using. Let me see which model I'm using. Okay, yeah, it is. It is GPT 5. Yeah. So this has much better value, and this is what you should be doing. So let me kind of give you the value aspect side of it instead of just like the actual script. So instead of using this stupid value that's vague, you want to go into more specifics. Obviously, we can. This is like, yeah, okay. So more specifics. I mean, like for example, aim for this, but to be able to achieve this, you have to do all these things, right? No hard inquiry, not okay. No hard inquiries in the last 90 days. Have at least 3 open primary accounts aged 2+ years. Freeze reports within a and stage stream. Like this basically just gave me all of the information that I need to write the script. And the way I'd write this is way better than the current thing of just like boring basic value. So let me actually go ahead and just try and just give you an example sentence or how I'd really go about this. So I'd probably use this first. Um, this would be the kind of process. I think I think basically I just basically use lender compliance thing. So I think I'd make most of the value about this. So let's actually let me just do this for you right now. So for example, step one. Let's do step one. For Go to this website. That website could be where you set up an LLC. So let me, which website do you use to set up an LLC from this value? And see what that says now. Okay, let's use this. Go to ink file, register, and register an LLC using a low risk NAS code. For example, like 51 or 541512. Step two, and then so this is basically I might be a little bit quiet here, but you can kind of just analyze what I'm doing and how I'm writing this script. Let me just see how long is this. Okay, 21 minutes. So yeah, this is a longer video. I'll try and finish as quickly as possible. So use the real address on a PO box. Register for EIN at irs.gov. Okay. Okay, whatever. Then and make sure to as a register a real address, not a PO box. Done. Step two. Register for an EIN at irs.gov and match your business name exactly across all platforms. Then, and lastly, okay, that's a 4-step process. What's the process? Step three, set up a business checking account with a tier 1 bank like Chase. And lastly, step four, create. This is where you don't need as many linking words because we're doing it like steps, if you know what I mean. Then lastly, step four, create a simple one-page website and get listed on Google Business and Yelp. This is called lender compliance stacking. And yeah, let me just literally just make this a CTA. So yeah, this is the script. This is called lender compliance stacking. And if you want the lender list, we used to help clients secure zero funding, common funding, and I'll send you away. This script is so much better. It gives way more specific value that most people just haven't heard of. So basically, the key takeaway of this script is to make sure that your value is not like vague. It's like, oh, anyone knows it. Like, not many people like know about these exact steps to go ahead and do. Like, some people do, but a lot of people don't. So it's a great way to just give away value, show a strategy that they can use, and then at the end say, if you want more value, if you want the lender list, then common funding. This is a super simple strategy that you can use to make your scripts way better after having the base one from ChatGPT. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was maybe a little bit boring, but hopefully you understand how to actually script the videos properly now, because this is just how you can use ChatGPT to expedite your process. Because realistically, you'd have to write the whole script by yourself without any direction, where this ChatGPT scripting bot can literally do the whole process for you. It does the whole process and you just need to edit it. So as AI keeps going, I'm obviously going to basically be trying to replicate this into my ChatGPT bot. So hopefully by the time this video is out, then the ChatGPT bot might even be better and do all these things for you. So if you do want access to the ChatGPT bot, just go down below in the description. You have free access, it's public, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find value, and let me know if you do in the comments in YouTube or DM on Instagram. I'm available. So I'll see you in the next one.